So at this point we have our 3 replicate gas samples that we've done the helium transfer on and have shaken for 5 minutes. And now we need to get the gas sample out of the syringe and into the excitainer. And you'll notice there's 20 mils of gas in the syringe and only 6 mils of excitainer space. And I'll explain the math behind all of that. So you'll need your syringes, your evacuated excitaners, and your tubing extender with a small diameter needle on the end of it. So we're going to go ahead and start one at a time. Keep the remaining ones in the water bath so that they're kind of at that equal temperature. And the first step is to connect the tubing extender on the side port here. And you should see about 20 mils of gas in that sample. All right, so we're going to go ahead and transfer a sample into an excitainer. So we have our 20 mils of gas that has been shaken in this syringe. And now we're going to purge the extender line here before placing the gas sample into the excitainer. So to purge that line, go ahead and take the cap off of your needle. And I like to do this under the water so that you can kind of see the bubbles coming out the end of the needle. That way you know that there's gas that's been flushed out of the sideline that you're going to use to do the transfer. So go ahead and with your syringe kind of upside down like this, take the stopcock and flip it up towards the atmosphere. And then make it at an angle that you can read it at and start pushing. And you'll see water come through that was trapped in the line. Some bubbles start coming out the needle at the end. We basically want to get, there's a whole bunch of bubbles so we know it's being purged really well. We want to get this water line up to 12 mils. That way we have 12 mils of gas remaining that we want to get into this evacuated excitainer. Now this excitainer is under vacuum, so it only has 6 mils of space, and we have 12 mils we want to get in there, so we have to overpressurize it by quite a bit. The first 6 mils will kind of get sucked in by that vacuum, but the remaining 6 mils of gas you kind of have to force in. So I'm going to go ahead and pierce this septa to be able to transfer the gas. And it will gently start pushing in, pulling in some of the gas sample. And then the remaining 6 mils, I really have to kind of force in there. And you want to get the sample, the gas sample, to the point that it just has a small circle right at the top of that syringe there, so you know you have all of it in. And then go ahead and flick that out, and you'll have a squirt of water as you release the pressure on that. Gases are a real pain because you can't tell if this is an evacuated sample or if it has a sample of gas in it. So anytime I put a sample in a gas container, I always flip it upside down so that I know that container has been filled already. This one still has not. And that's how we transfer the gas samples.